Hi friends, welcome back to Stockwood channel, a channel where we discuss investing strategies with facts. So friends, today's video will be a very interesting video because Tata Motors, as you know, has given a huge rally from the last couple of years from the levels of 70 to almost around 600 rupees. And after that it has corrected slightly, and at this moment a lot of market analysts are giving contradicting statements about Tata Motors, basically to hold or sell or to buy on dips. So in this video I'll be covering a lot of facts about Tata Motors so that it helps you make your own decision rather than making your decisions on technical analysis and others opinion. So, to start with, let us look into the Tata Motors business. As you know, friends, Tata Motors is one of the leading global automobile manufacturers with a diversified portfolio, across commercial vehicles and passengers and luxury vehicles. Right, it has operations almost in 125 plus countries, with major operations in India, UK, South Africa, China, South Korea, and Brazil. Some of its subsidiaries and associates are Jaguar Land Rover in UK and Tata Daewoo in South Korea. Some of the main revenue streams of Tata Motors, it is from the commercial vehicles, as you would have seen the Ace and other trucks on Indian roads, and also the passenger vehicles, which is picking a lot of market share in the recent times, and also the Jaguar Land Rover business, which has majorly operations in UK and China. So apart from that, there are some other subsidiaries, mainly the Tata Motors Finance, which is the finance arm of Tata Motors, mainly to assist its customers with the loans, and also Tata Daewoo and Tata Technologies Limited. One interesting fact about Tata Daewoo is it is one of the second largest truck manufacturers in Korea, and it also exports from its factories in Korea. So if you see the revenue mix of Tata Motors, majority of its revenue comes from the Jaguar Land Rover business, and the second main revenue stream for Tata Motors is the commercial vehicles business, which contributes almost 13% of its revenue, and the passenger vehicle business, which contributes almost 7% of its total revenue. So friends, before we further get into this video, a humble request from my side to like and subscribe to my channel. This means a lot to me. Right, with that, let us look into the product mix and geography mix of Tata Motors company. If you see the product mix of this company, majority of its products are still the IC, traditional IC engines, which contributes almost 49% of the overall product range, and the rest 42.9% is coming from the hybrid electric vehicles, and then the pluggable electric vehicles contributes around 4.6%, and 3.6% are the battery electric vehicles. Another important point here is the geographical mix. If you see, India contributes the highest in terms of revenue by particular geography. This is mainly because of the commercial vehicles and the passenger vehicles in India. Right. Apart from that, it has good revenue mix across all the continents. It has almost 18% of revenue coming from China, 14% from EU, excluding UK, and 15% from UK, and USA 19%. So now let's look into the financials of this company. Profit and loss statement of Tata Motors. There is a huge difference between the consolidated revenues and the standalone revenues of the company, and also the losses of the company. There is a huge difference between the consolidated and the standalone profit. If you see the consolidated losses of the company in FY 1920, it was around 11,900 crores, and the standalone was 7,400 crores. So the standalone losses was higher compared to the standalone losses. So this situation has improved in FY 2021, while the consolidated losses is around 13,000 crores. The standalone losses is around 2,600 crores. So basically the difference is because of the other business the Tata group supports. Basically it is through the joint ventures and other associates of Tata Motors. If you see the current situation of Tata Motors also, the consolidated revenue for the last 12 months is around 2,88,000 crores, while for the standalone it is around 49,000 crores. And also, if you see the the net profit for consolidated is 18,000 crores, while the net profit for standalone business of Tata Motors is only around 159 crores. So the reason why it is important for the investors to know is some of the initiatives that the company is taking in its prime business is actually showing good results in making the company or moving the company to a profitable situation. To understand what comprises of the consolidated business of Tata Motors, here is a graph from their annual report where it shows the Fiat India automobile business, Tata Cummins and Cloud Cars, Tata Hitachi construction machinery companies. All these are part of the Tata Motors business, which contributes to the consolidated revenues and profits. Moving further, let us see how the overall business of the company is doing. To see the India CV business or the commercial vehicle business, which comprises of mainly the trucks and small auto or commercial vehicles like this, the business is doing good with the market share of the Tata commercial business increasing from 39 percent to 44% on year. So this report is from January 22. Also, if we see further, the major competition for Tata in the commercial vehicle business is Mahindra and Ashok Leyland, which has a market share of almost 21 and 14%. So here you can clearly see that Tata is a leader in the commercial vehicle business, and it is market share is growing year on year. Right. Also, if you see some of the recent reports from the Tata quarterly results, even in February, their sales has improved almost 11% from year on year. This is specifically for the commercial vehicle business. Now, let us see how the passenger vehicle business is doing. So this is a snapshot from the quarterly results of Tata Motors, where they have shown how the passenger vehicle business is doing between February 2021 and February 2022. Here you can clearly see a jump of almost 47% in the sales in the overall domestic PV business. Okay, another important point that viewers and investors has to note is that the EV business is growing at a rate of almost 500%. So people who are saying that the EV adoption in India is going in a very slow pace, this is a good report to show that there is a good adoption of EV business in India. Further, if you see, the market share of Tata Motors has increased almost from 4.8% in FY20 to almost 9%. This is a report from Forbes that was published in June 2021, but the market share of Tata Motors is continuously increasing. Here is another important or good snapshot of a report where it's showing how the market share of Tata Motors has changed over the years. If you see here clearly in the year 2010, the market share of Tata Motors was almost 13.7, and later it dropped to almost 4.6 in the year 2016. Now again it has improved to around 9 to 8%, and recently, if you can see the another report for December 2021, the market share of Tata Motors is almost 14%. So this story is going to continue in the future as well, because Tata Motors has started producing world-class cars, which is with very good designs, and also the safety features of Tata Motors is 5-star rating, which is almost equal to global standards. So with these kind of initiatives in Tata Motors PV business, the PV business in India is expected to grow and achieve a market share of almost 25%. Now, the main business of Tata Motors is around the JLR business, which is very important to analyze the overall perspective of Tata Motors. So here another report from the UK, sales of cars of all brands. The automotive market in UK had peaked almost to almost selling 3 lakh units of cars in 2016, and then after there is a slump in the sales of cars in UK. The below report also shows how the market share of Jaguar and Land Rover is varying in UK market. At a peak in November 2018, the market share of Land Rover was almost 4% of the entire UK car sales, and the Jaguar was almost close to 2%. Now, currently in November 2019, it has dropped to almost 1% and 2.5%. Also, the recent report of how the automotive sector is performing in UK in the year 2021, the sales was almost around 1,41,000, and currently in the year 2022, it is expected to have a sales of almost 1,74%, which is a 23% jump. So, while the overall industry is going to improve, definitely the market share of Jaguar and Land Rover is also to expected to go up from the current market share of 2.4% and 0.5%. Another important geographical region where the sales of Jaguar and Land Rover is in China. Even in China, the sales of Jaguar and Land Rover is quite wavy. If you see here, it had touched a peak of 27,000 units sold in 2018, and later it has slumped to 19,000, and it is around the same range currently. Also, if you see the overall macroeconomics of China, the GDP growth of China is currently around 2.5%, and it is expected to grow further in the coming days. So, once the GDP recovers in China and overall in the world economics improves, the sales of Jaguar and Land Rover is also expected to go up in China. So these are the some of the things that currently what is happening in Tata Motors. But the if you see the technical chart of Tata Motors, it has given a good rally off from the levels of 70 rupees to 550 rupees in the recent time. So if you see the current business of Tata Motors, definitely this rally is not justified. But most of the time, the market considers the future prospective of the company and starts buying the shares, and that is the reason I see there is a huge rally in the share price of Tata Motors. So, if I have to see what are the factors that the market has considered that would be positive for the a company in the coming days, there are a couple of factors which are basically the currently the high debt situation, and this is going to reduce as per the management commitment. Also, there are certain supply chain issues which the management has promised to resolve that will actually improve the overall business of the company. Also, if you see JLR alone, the company has come up with a program called Refocus, which is basically to improve the performance and efficiency of the company. There are certain risks also associated with this company. So I will cover this part of what is the future of Tata Motors and what are the risk mitigation factors that the company has taken in the next video. So thanks for watching. Please subscribe to my channel. I'll see you in the next video.